Hey, it's your boy Tism Wizard. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and comment if you like the video. Which Warhammer armies would our house characters play? So, this is just something I prepped. So yeah, make sure you leave a comment if you like the video and say whether you agree with me. The original video idea was done by a guy named The Story Foundry, who's doing a stream, I think, so make sure you go and watch his video. I just got bored of that, waiting for that to come out, so I made my own. Okay, so the first character... Oh, and copyright goes out to Games Workshop and the Disney Corporation. Okay, so first character is Luce. Luce actually prefers Bloodpole, but she does play 40k. Her main faction is Space Marines, but specifically the anime Catgirl Space Marine chapter. I can't remember what they're called, but yeah. And her secondary army is Salamanders. Also, her main librarian is painted white, and his name is Azora. So next character, Ida. Ida, I think she was kind of a bit hard to place, but her main faction would probably be Alpha Legion, just because, you know, that kind of works, you know, with like stealthiness and sneaking around and everything she does. And her secondary is Blood Ravens, because stealing shit. King was a bit difficult to place because he doesn't really line up with any of the factions, but I think Blood Angels, mainly because he can relate to their whole daddy issues with Sanguinius and everything. His secondary is probably Tyranids, mostly just because he likes the big scary monsters. Amity's quite hard to place like King. But her, I think, because she's all about being perfect and being the perfect girlfriend and stuff, especially in that one episode. So her main faction would be the Custodians, because, you know, they're all about being perfect and stuff. And her secondary would be Emperor's Children. Willow's all about, like, nature magic and stuff, which isn't really a thing in Warhammer, but the closest we have to Nurgle is Nurgle. So I think she'd probably play some sort of Nurgle faction. There's a lot of Chaos Marines on this list, so let's say she plays Nurgle Demons, and her second would be Salamanders, because she's just really nice. Gus is a Harlequins, because he's just a natural theatre kid, plus illusions and displays and all that. And then his second would probably be Imperial Agents, but he'd play mostly like assassins. Belos is definitely going to play some kind of Imperial faction, probably like one of the really, really zealous ones, so I put maybe Black Templars as his main one. And his secondary army is Imperial Agents, but it's just full of Inquisitors. Lilith, I think, would play Thousand Sons, partially because... Main reason is because, like them, she's a really powerful, smart magician and magic user, but she's also really stupid, just like Magnus is. Like, she didn't realise Belos was evil, and she'd been aware for like 20 years. She's kind of an idiot. But yeah, that's my... and her secondary army would probably be Necrons. Hunter plays Iron Warriors mostly, just because he can relate to their trauma about, you know, doing all the shit work and never been thanked for it. And plus, he's also got a pretty toxic dad. Well, Belos isn't really his dad, but you know what I mean. The Collector... the Collector doesn't really play the game. The Collector just, like, gets those really, like, these, like, action figures they get, or, like, the Space Marines and stuff, and then just jams them together. Like how, like, normal kids would play with, like, Marvel toys and stuff. Kikamara is a massive bitch, so she obviously plays Tau. All jokes aside, she'd probably play something like Grey Knights, with Deathwatch as her backup. V, probably, again, Alpha Legion, just because of all, like, the shape-shifting aspect to it. And her secondary army is Orcs, just because she thinks Orcs are fun. Camilla plays Tyranids, not because she likes Tyranids, but because Luce brought, like, the Tyranid Space Marine box set, and she wanted someone to play with, so Camilla was like, fine, I'll be Tyranids. She doesn't really have a secondary army, but she's just got, like, she's read, like, every book. She's read, like, every single Black Library novel out there. She's read, like, the entire Horus Heresy and Siege of Terror. So yeah, that's the video. Make sure to comment if you agree with my ideas, and say why you don't if you don't.